Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the channel. Las Virgenes Road / Malibu Canyon Road, the famed and historic road that takes you to PCH and the Pacific Ocean. I actually contemplated not reviewing this road because really it's a short distance, a short amount of time, and if there's a lot of traffic, you're in a lot of trouble. However, in keeping in tradition with reviewing other roads that lead to the beach like Cayman Road, Topanga Canyon Road, I wanted to review Malibu Canyon Road because there is a lot of history and it is a very well-known road between the 101 freeway at Las Virgenes Road down to Pacific Coast Highway. Let's review Las Virgenes Malibu Canyon Road for the car enthusiast. Let's find out if this drive is worth your time. First, let's learn a little more about this historic road taking you to the beach. Hundreds of years ago, the surrounding areas of Malibu Canyon were home to the Chumash Indians. You can hike in the Malibu Canyon area and still see signs of the Chumash Indians and their lives they lived here in this area. However, the Chumash Indians didn't have a Malibu Canyon Road to traverse the rough and rocky area. In fact, Malibu Canyon Road wouldn't be constructed until 1953, connecting Malibu to the San Fernando Valley. Similar to Cane-and-Dume Road, there were efforts to make this road into a freeway. Thankfully, and similar to Cane-and-Dume Road's fate, no freeway was constructed amongst these canyons. Shortly after, Malibu got its first traffic light in 1955. The post-war boom was evident in California, and especially Malibu, which was developing at an incredibly fast rate. The 1950s was a period of incredible expansion for Malibu, and Malibu Canyon Road was being driven frequently. As the decades passed, Malibu continued to see steady growth and improvement, and Las Virgenes Malibu Canyon Road was being used more and more every day. Accessibility to Las Virgenes Malibu Canyon Road has two entrance points. The northernmost entrance, which is Las Virgenes Road, can be accessed off of the 101 Ventura Freeway at the Las Virgenes on or off ramp. The southernmost point of entrance is at Pacific Coast Highway, or Highway 1, and Malibu Canyon Road. If you happen to be in the Malibu Canyon area, cruising along Mulholland Highway, you can access Las Virgenes Road to the north and Malibu Canyon Road to the south. Mulholland Highway is the only road that bifurcates Las Virgenes Road and Malibu Canyon Road. You can access Malibu Canyon Road via Piuma Road, but I never recommend residential streets or roads that have a lot of homes around them as an accessibility point, or as you'll see coming up, as an audibility point. Accessing Las Virgenes Malibu Canyon Road is relatively simple. However, if you're traveling on the 101 freeway, be really careful not to fly by the Las Virgenes off-ramp. Las Virgenes Road is in between Calabasas and Agora Hills, and if you're not careful or paying attention, you can just fly right by it. With two simple access points and Mulholland Highway bifurcating Las Virgenes Road and Malibu Canyon Road, Las Virgenes Malibu Canyon Road scores an 8 for accessibility. Regarding audibility, or the ability to change your adventure or plans last minute and change the road you want to drive on, well, the opportunity to call an audible is not that great on Las Virgenes Malibu Canyon Road. You can access the northern part or Las Virgenes Road via the Lost Hills Road off-ramp off the 101 Ventura Freeway, but really you're driving through a residential area, and again, I just can't recommend that. Mulholland Highway, which bifurcates Las Virgenes Road and Malibu Canyon Road, is really your only east-west audible if you're traveling north or south on Malibu Canyon Road. Piuma Road, which is technically by definition an audible road, really, again, I can't recommend driving through a residential road. Your only audible is Mulholland Highway, which can take you to Cane-and-Dume Road or east to Old Topanga Canyon Road. When you consider the fact that it's really a 9-mile journey and approximately a 13 to 17 minute trip without traffic, there's really no reason to call an audible. Just suck it up and finish the drive. Las Virgenes Road and Malibu Canyon Road score a 4 in the category of audibility. The availability of resources along Las Virgenes Road and Malibu Canyon Road are actually quite decent. On the north end, Las Virgenes Road off-ramp, you have restaurants, motels, gas stations, everything you would need to make a whopping 9-mile journey down Malibu Canyon Road. At the southern end of Malibu Canyon Road and Pacific Coast Highway, you can go north or south and reach shopping centers, gas stations, again, everything you would need for your road trip journey. And along the journey, you actually have a bathroom. If you can't make the 9-mile journey, you can stop at Malibu State Creek Park and use the restroom. This park is a beautiful area with outdoor activities, so feel free to stay a while. Normally, only having one bathroom along your road trip journey is actually not very good for accessibility of resources. But considering this road trip is only 9 miles long and having one bathroom, I think that's sufficient. I award a score of 8.5 for availability of resources. Las Virgenes Road, Malibu Canyon Road actually scores quite well in the category of investment. This 9-mile journey will not require a lot of fuel or electric charge. You don't have to invest in a lot of food, beverages, or condiments, and you won't need to purchase a new set of Michelin Pilot Sport Cup 2 tires after you finish your road trip. There's not a whole lot to say here, as the investment attribute of this road is really easy on your wallet. Las Virgenes Malibu Canyon Road scores a 9 in the category of investment. In general, you should have a fairly decent quality experience along this road. It's a direct shot right to the beach, you're surrounded by rich history and beautiful landscaping, and you're right where you want to be, driving your car through a windy mountain road. However, there are a few things that bring that perfect score down, just a little. For one, Malibu Canyon Road, Las Virgenes Road, has a tendency to back up with traffic from time to time. If there's a car accident or a natural disaster emergency, forget it, you're stuck. Recently, as I drove the canyon, we ran into road construction, which literally kept us in one spot for almost 25 minutes. Granted, the construction crew had a very difficult job to do, and I'm grateful they were repairing the road, fixing the tunnel, and improving the lighting within the tunnel. But objectively, it brought down the quality experience quite a bit. General traffic can also bring down the quality experience. If you have a very cautious, slow driver in front of you, forget it. There's not a lot of room for passing. It's just not safe, as it's a very narrow road, and you'd be breaking the law. And we definitely don't want to break the law. The third issue deals with the quality of the road in certain places. There are a few potholes in the road, and there are some pretty serious fractures and cracks in the road, most likely from earthquakes and tremors frequently occurring in the area. If you can go early in the morning to dodge traffic, make sure Caltrans isn't doing any road construction, you will have a quality experience. However, because of the road condition and the fact that there's a lot of road construction going on right now, I can only award Las Virgenes Road, Malibu Canyon Road, a 7.5 in the category of quality experience. Las Virgenes Road officially becomes Malibu Canyon Road right at the intersection of Piuma Road. North of Piuma Road is Las Virgenes Road. This road, there's nothing going on. There's no challenge. Well, maybe to avoid a speeding ticket if there happens to be a motorcycle police officer hiding behind a tree. But other than that, it's really a boring, uneventful stretch of road. At least in terms of driving excitement. Things don't get exciting until you're south of Piuma Road, if you're traveling south down Las Virgenes Road. This southern section, known as Malibu Canyon Road, is really the most exciting part of the journey. And it's short and quick. Similar to that roller coaster you love so much, that's over in 40 seconds, that's kind of like what Malibu Canyon Road is. Right around Cold Creek is where things really start heating up. I consider it more of like a burst. It's a quick 5-minute drive through some windy turns that really put your car to the test. This 5-minute burst has you on your toes, and really, if you're concentrating, will put you to the test. There are 8 roughly shaped S-curves back to back to back to back, which are awesome to drive in either direction. With the Malibu Reservoir just below you, it adds a slight fear and intimidation factor to the drive. If you have a manual transmission, you're most likely going to be in second and third gear for this short burst or run. If you have an automatic transmission, who cares? This 5-minute burst run is one of those situations where you do the run in one direction, then find a scenic turnoff and turn around and do it again in the other direction. While this section of road does present an exciting challenge, I can't score Las Virgenes Road, Malibu Canyon Road very high because the overall section of road just isn't that exciting. Since only half of Las Virgenes Road, Malibu Canyon Road presents an adequate challenge, I award a score of 5 in this category. This road fares a little better in the category of fun. You can have a lot of fun on this road. The Las Virgenes Road section of this journey is relatively straight, so the fun factor is really focused on the scenery and the intimidating Santa Monica Mountains you are about to enter. The canyon does have a beautiful yet intimidating factor to it, and Las Virgenes Road gives you a lot of time to prepare you for what you're about to see. Once the sightseeing is over and you cross Piuma Road, you are entering the fun part, Malibu Canyon Road. The Malibu Canyon Road section of this journey is where all the fun is really had driving your car. As previously stated, it is a short 5-minute trip, but you can find a scenic turnout, turn around, and do it all over again. The turns on Malibu Canyon Road are fun and banked just right so you can angle your car into the apex perfectly. To have the most fun, again, you have to go early in the morning or when there's no traffic. Outdoor activities and beach fun aside, and specifically focusing on the road, I award a score of 6.5 in the category of fun. Las Virgenes Road, Malibu Canyon Road, scores similarly to Cayman Doom Road in the category of safety. Considering the surrounding environment is a Santa Monica mountain range, the road encounters mudslides after a rainstorm, catches on fire in the dry, windy summer heat, and is frequented by falling rocks and rock slides. You are surrounded by Mother Nature and wild animals, so be careful when you get out of your car. If you're not prepared for a full-fledged hiking trip, you are surrounded by civilization with Calabasas to the north and Malibu at the south. If you have car trouble, it won't be long until someone comes to help you out. The area of road I would like you to consider mitigating your risk is south of Piuma Road, Malibu Canyon Road. The 5-minute burst run that we just discussed needs to be respected, taking a cautious, spirited approach to driving. The Malibu Reservoir, Malibu Creek, and Malibu Canyon are directly below you. If you're coming in too hot or misjudge a turn, you don't want to fall off the side of this mountain. I wouldn't recommend driving this road at all when it's wet or in the rain, unless you have to travel the road for business or residential purposes. Safe, cautious, spirited driving should only be considered in dry weather, and the banked curve, S-curve portion of this road cannot be taken for granted. Some of the corners can be taken with decent entry speed, but halfway through the turn, the angle is cut in half, catching you off guard, causing you to either slam on the brakes or take your foot completely off the accelerator and hang on tight. When I reviewed the Pacific Coast Highway Traffic Safety Evaluation, I noticed the intersection of Malibu Canyon Road and Pacific Coast Highway having a high accident rate, with many of the collisions occurring because someone was coming down Malibu Canyon Road too fast, rear-ending the person waiting at the Malibu Canyon Road Pacific Coast Highway intersection. As soon as you see Pepperdine University heading south on Malibu Canyon Road, it's time to slow down. Don't carry your speed around that last corner because you're going to wind up right into the intersection, rear-ending someone in front of you. Be cautious, drive defensively, and you'll be okay. I award a score of 7 in the category of safety. One of the most impressive attributes of this drive is the scenery and the surrounding environment. The Santa Monica mountain range is rich with hiking activities, horseback riding, camping, all sorts of things that you can do that are really not beach related, in case you're not a beach person. Even though the scenic Pacific Ocean is right around the corner, there are plenty of scenic turnouts to snap a great picture and historic landmarks if you are into studying history and want to see the culture and lifestyle of the Chumash Indians that once occupied this area. In my opinion, this area looks best in the spring. Even in the dry, hot summer months when everything's brown, the beautiful rock formations, cavernous valleys, and hiking trails throughout the Santa Monica mountain range will give you an up-close and personal view of Malibu Creek and Malibu Canyon. Las Virgenes Road, Malibu Canyon Road scores an 8 in the category of scenery. If you're early to rise and you want to miss traffic, you might actually be able to test out your vehicle on Las Virgenes Road, Malibu Canyon Road. How early? Well, I would start at around 5 a.m. If you can start at 5 a.m. at the northern end of Las Virgenes Road, right around the Ventura Freeway 101 off-ramp, you can get in 2 full round trips on this road without any traffic. Please don't drive this road on a weekend in the afternoon. You will be sitting in traffic, no question. But if you go early enough, Las Virgenes Road will serve as the, let's call it, straightaway to test out your vehicle, and Malibu Canyon Road is twisty enough to test out the handling, steering, suspension, and chassis on your vehicle. Police and CHP presence is known to be in the area from time to time, but really, every time I've gone, I've never seen anyone. Like I said, if you go early enough, you're not going to see anyone. For a total trip of 9 miles one way, half the journey is relatively straight, and the other half is relatively twisty. You get a little bit of the best of both worlds. The only problem is it's a short duration. That's why I recommend 2 round trips to really test out your vehicle on Las Virgenes Road, Malibu Canyon Road. Las Virgenes could use a little bit of repaving, so testing may be a little difficult in certain sections of that road. Malibu Canyon Road could use repaving as well, but the banked turns and the S-curve that changes elevation between 4 switchbacks is just great. You'll have fun in 2nd and 3rd gear on Malibu Canyon Road, while you can definitely wind out your 2nd gear. I award a score of 6 in the category of vehicle testing. This score would be higher if the overall duration of a one-way trip was at least double in length. Las Virgenes Road, Malibu Canyon Road, is rich with history and famous in Southern California pop culture history. If you're taking a trip to the Southland, or are already a Southern California resident, you have to drive this road at least once. If not for the value of the driving experience, just to see the surrounding environment. Quartz sandstone, natural waterfalls, scenic turnouts, historical landmarks, and Zuma Beach and the Pacific Ocean. In the spirit of true driving excitement, I don't know that Las Virgenes Road, Malibu Canyon Road would be my first choice for a weekend drive if I only had 2 hours to have some fun in the vehicle of my choice. But if you're already going to be in the area or live nearby, I definitely recommend you take 13 minutes out of your day, well, maybe more if there's traffic, and experience the scenic beauty and 5-minute burst run of Las Virgenes, Malibu Canyon Road. Las Virgenes Road, Malibu Canyon Road's final score is 69.5 out of 100. Please click the subscribe button right now so you don't miss my attempt to conquer as many road, highway, and track reviews as I can possibly complete. If you liked this road review, please click the like button, as it really does help out the channel. If there's a certain road that's memorable to you or that you really like to drive, let me know in the comments section. Even if the road is out of state or far away, there may be a chance in the future I might be able to cover it and review it. Thank you so much.